Hi, welcome to this Corbettmaths video. In this video, we're going to look at the video solutions to the Composite Bar Chart practice questions. If you need any extra help on Composite Bar Charts, if you go to Corbettmaths and go to the Videos and Worksheets section and scroll down to video number 148A, there's a dedicated video tutorial there on Composite Bar Charts. Alternatively, you could scan this QR code. But in this video, we're going to focus on the video solutions to the practice questions, so let's get started. So question number one. Question number one says, the Composite Bar Chart shows the results of driving tests one morning in 3 different test centres. So we've got the Bristol Test Centre, the Swindon Test Centre and the Taunton Test Centre. And we've got the number of people. So this is the number of people sitting the driving tests. So here, for instance, in Bristol, you've got, and actually let's just check out the key as well. Green is passed, so these people passed. So with Bristol, 12 people passed, and the rest, they failed. So these people failed. So because it's 18 altogether and 12 passed, that must mean that 6 failed, because 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. And let's just check that. We've got 12, and then here, in terms of fail, to go from 12 to 14, that's going up 2, 4, 6. So that's it. So and then obviously you've got Swindon and Taunton as well. So let's have a look at question number A. Part A says, how many people passed the driving test at the Bristol Test Centre? So we actually looked at that. The Bristol Test Centre, we want to find out how many people passed. So 12 people passed at the Bristol Test Centre. So that's 12. So the answer to part A would be 12. Okay, part B. Part B says how many people failed the driving test at the Taunton Test Centre. So the Taunton Test Centre, that's this bar, and failed, that's going to be these people here. So if we have a look, altogether there's 16 people at the Taunton Test Centre that morning that sit the driving test. We've got these people passed, so if we have a look here, it's in between 12 and 14, so that's 13, so 13 passed the driving test. So that means the rest, these 3 people must fail, because 13 plus 3 is equal to 16. So how many people failed at the Taunton Test Centre? That's 3. Another way to check it is, here we're at 13, to get up to 16 you'd go 1, and then another 2, so that's 3 altogether. Okay, so that's 3. So how many people failed at the Taunton Test Centre? That's 3. And then part C. Part C says how many people sat their driving test at the Swindon Test Centre. So let's go up to the Swindon Test Centre. That's this test centre here. And it's just how many people sat their driving test. So in terms of the Swindon Test Centre, you can see if we go up to its height, that's going to be in between 12 and 14. That's 13. So altogether, at the Swindon Test Centre, 13 people sat their driving tests. If we want to know how many passed, that would be 8, and the rest is 5 that failed. And we just want to know how many people sat the driving test at Swindon, so that's 13. So the answer is 13. And that's it. And if you got those, well done. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. Question number 2. Question number 2 says the Composite Bar Chart shows information about the goals scored by 3 ice hockey teams. So we've got 3 ice hockey teams. They are Dundee, Fife and Glasgow. And then if we have a look here, we've got a number of goals gone up vertically. And then we've got the home games and the away games. So the home games are the games that they play at home, and the away games are the games that they play away from home. So if we have a look at the bar for Dundee, the shaded in section of the bar, this part here, that's how many goals they scored at home. So because each one of these little lines is worth 1, that's going to be 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They scored 19 goals at home, and the rest of the goals they scored away from home. And if we wanted to work out how many that is, so that's 19 at home for Dundee, so up to there is 19. The rest are scored in their away games, so these are the goals they scored in their away games. So we're going from 19 up to 51. So if we do 51 take away 19, that'll tell us how many goals were scored in the away games, because that's 51, so 51, the total height, take away the 19, and 51 take away 19, well 51 take away 20 would be 31, so take away 19 would be 32. So that means there's 32 goals in their away games, and we done that by just taking the total height, which is 51 goals altogether, we took away the 19, and that gave us 31. Another way we could have done it is we could have just looked at the bar and went, well that's 1, and then another 10, that's 11, another 10, that's 21, another 10, that's 31, and another goal, that's 32. But just knowing that you're starting here and not at the bottom. Okay, so that's how we look at this composite bar chart. And if we have a look at part A, part A says how many goals did Glasgow score in their home games. So let's have a look at Glasgow. We want to see how many goals they scored in their home games. So that's the shaded in section of their bar. So we just want to find the height of this bar. So we've got 10, 20, 25, 26, 27. So they scored 27 goals at home. So 27 goals they scored at home. So let's write that down. Glasgow scored 27 goals in their home games. And then Shona says that Fife scored the most goals in the away games out of the 3 teams. Do you agree? Explain your answer. So she's saying that 5 out of these 3 teams, Dundee, Fife and Glasgow, she's saying that 5 scored the most goals in their away games compared to the other teams, or out of the 3 teams. So let's see how many goals they scored in their away games. So we've done Dundee. They scored 32 goals in their away games, this region here. Now actually, if we have a look here at the 5 bar, this region here for away games, that's not actually as big as this region here for Dundee. So you can actually see straight away that Dundee scored more more away goals than 5. But actually, let's work it out. So in terms of 5, 10, 20, 30, 35 goals were scored in their home games, because that's the home games. Altogether, we've got 50, 55, 56. So if we take 56 and subtract the 35, that's equal to 21. They actually scored 21 goals in their away games. Let's just check that. From here, that's 35 to 40, that's 5. And then another 10, that's 15. Another 5 is 20, and another one's 21. So they scored 21 goals in their away games. Now, actually, we can actually stop at this point. So we can just say, because Shona said they scored the most goals in their away games, you can say, well, no, Dundee scored 32. That's more than 21. So Dundee scored more goals in their away games than Fife did. I'm actually just going to have a look at Glasgow anyway, in case anyone looked at the Glasgow bar instead. So here altogether we've got 50, 51, 52, 53. So we've got 53. If we take away the 27, the number of goals Glasgow scored in their home games, that's equal to 53, take away 27 is equal to 26. So they scored 26 goals in their away games. So actually Fife scored the least number of goals out of these teams in their away games. They scored the most goals altogether because they scored lots at home, but they didn't score as many in their away games. So let's explain that. So the question said, do we agree? So do we agree with Shona? No, we don't, because she said that Fife scored the most goals in their away games out of the 3 teams. Well, no, Fife only scored 21 goals in their away games, but Dundee scored 32 and Glasgow scored 26. So actually Fife scored the least number of goals in their away games out of the 3 teams. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 3. So question number 3 says, a greengrocer records her sales of fruit and vegetables. She draws a composite bar chart to represent the data. So she draws this composite bar chart. So we've got sales, and then we've got Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So these are her sales on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So on Friday she sold altogether £600 worth of fruit and vegetables. She sold £200 worth of vegetables, and she sold the rest, which would be 600 take away 200 is £400 worth of fruit, and so on. And then we've got the data, the information for Saturday and for Sunday. And if we have a look at the first part of the question says, part A says, on which 2 days was the total sales the same? So on which 2 days were her total sales the same? So her total sales will be the total height of the bars. So if we have a look here, she sold £600 on Friday. She sold 700 and, let's just see what we're going up in, 20, 40, 60, 81. If you take the 100 and you divide it by 5, you get 20. So we're going up in 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's one above, so that's going to be £720 altogether. And Sunday, she sold £600 worth. So in which 2 days were her total sales the same? That would be Friday and Sunday. So let's write that down. Okay, so in which 2 days were the total sales the same? Friday and Sunday. Okay, part B. Part B says, on which 2 days were the sales from the fruit the same? So we're looking at the sales from the fruit. And if we have a look at the key, that's the lightly shaded, the light grey section rather than the dark grey section. So here, that's going to be this part of the bar for Friday, this part of the bar for Saturday, and this part of the bar for Sunday. So we're looking for which 2 days were her sales from the fruit the same. So in other words, 2 of these sections here, these light grey sections, will have the same height, that'll be the same size, and then that'll be the 2 days. Now looking at it, I'm thinking it's going to be Friday and Saturday, because Sunday looks a bit smaller. It looks like she sold less fruit on Sunday than the other 2 days, but let's have a look and see. So on Friday she sold £200 worth of vegetables, that's £200. She sold £600 altogether. 600 take away 200 is equal to £400. So she sold £400 worth of fruit on Friday. In terms of Saturday, she sold £720 worth altogether. In terms of the vegetables, this section, that's 320. And if we do 720 take away 320, that's equal to £400. So that's £400 as well. And then this region here, just to see what we've got here, that's 320 for Saturday. In terms of the vegetables, she sold £600 altogether. 600 take away 320 is equal to £280. So she only sold £280 worth of fruit on Sunday. So the question says, on which 2 days were the sales from the fruit the same? So as you can see here we've got £400 worth on Friday, we've got £400 worth on Saturday, so it's going to be Friday and Saturday, and that's it. So Friday and Saturday. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 4. So question number 4 says, Jane records information about the activities completed by visitors to a leisure centre. So obviously Jane must work in the leisure centre, and she's recording information about the activities completed by those visitors. Then if we have a look at the key, we've got swimming. So these little diagonal lines represents the section of the bar for swimming. Then gym, that's shaded in, so it's a dark grey, and then we've got other, which is white. So if we have a look at the bars, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, which hasn't been completed, unless there's no visitors on Thursday. And so if we have a look at Monday, we can see this part here, that's 50. So 50 people went swimming on Monday. And then if we have a look at this part here, that's how many people went to the gym. So let's see what we're going up in. We've got 25 there. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So each little square is worth 5. So here we've got 125. So that's 130 there. And this part was 50. So if we do 130 take away 50, that's equal to 80. So 80 people went to the gym on Monday. We've got 50 people went swimming on Monday. And then the others, this part here, well, we could look at the total height, which is 160, because that's 155 and 160, and take away 130. So 160 take away 130, and that's equal to 30. Or another way you could do it is just go up in fives and say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And likewise for the gym here, you could have went down to the bottom one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And that would be 80 people. So you can do it either using subtraction or just going up in the bar, just being careful where you're starting from. So that's how many people went swimming, how many people went to the gym, and how many people done other activities on Monday. Now, actually, we weren't asked necessarily to do that. I'm just showing you that's how you interpret this question. So let's have a look at part A. Part A says, on Thursday, 60 people went swimming, 95 people went to the gym, and 20 people took part in other activities. Showed this information on the chart. So we actually need to complete that bar for Thursday. So it's told that 60 people went swimming. So let's get our ruler and pencil. So a ruler and pencil. And 60 people went swimming. So Thursday, we're going to start here. We're going to go up to 60 people. So that's 50. 55, 60, that's there. And then we're going to do the other side of the bar there as well. So that's the bit there for swimming. And actually we need to shade it in, and we'll shade that in with our diagonal lines, and these are the diagonal lines I'm going to just do here. So they're the diagonal lines for swimming. Not necessarily the best, but that'll do. Okay, next it then says 95 people went to the gym. So we could find out where we should go in terms of the height of this bar by either doing addition, because we know that 60 people went swimming, and then we've got another 95. So if we take the 60 and we add 95, well, adding on 100 is 160. So adding on 95 would be 155. Or another way you could do that is take our 60, add 90, which is 150, and add 5 is 155, and so on. So that means we're going to need to go up to 155. So we're going to get our ruler and pencil, and we're going to carry on the bar up to 155. So that's 150, 155 is just one above it, across and down, because that's how many people then go swimming and to the gym. Altogether 195, and we just need to shade that region in. So if we just shade it in, and that's the gym part of the composite bar completed for Thursday. Now we need to do other. Now actually, I just want to show you here that instead of doing the addition, you could start here at 60, because 60 people went swimming. You could just start here, and you want to go up another 95. You just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and then that'll bring it up to that height. I probably would do the addition just because I know that then I'm definitely going to get it right. I'm not going to miss any squares and so on. And then finally it says 20 people took part in other activities. Well, actually using that approach, if we just go up in fives, that's 5, 10, 15, 20 is just going to bring us up to there, 175. It's because we're going to go up 4 little squares, because if you're there at 155, you're going to go up to 160, 165, 170, and 175. Or alternatively, remember, we could take the 155, that's how many people went swimming and to the gym, and add on another 20, and that's equal to 175. So we know we have to go up to 175. Now that bar is white, so we're just going to leave it as it is, and that's it. So that's the bar completed for Thursday. Okay, let's carry on. Part B says, over the 4 days, what fraction of the visitors went swimming? So what fraction of the visitors went swimming? Now I'm scrolling up to the top to see if it tells us how many visitors there were altogether, and it doesn't. So that means we're going to have to do a bit of addition here. So we want to find out how many visitors there are altogether. So we had for Monday, that's 150, 155, 160. So it's 160 visitors on Monday. On Tuesday, that's 200. That's quite nice. You can see 200 people. On Wednesday, well, that's 5 less. That's going to be 195 on Wednesday, and on Thursday we had 175. So we now know how many people visited the gym on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we just need to add those up to get the grand total. And just checking, it is a calculator question, so that's fantastic. So let's do that. And if we add those up, we get that's equal to 730. So that means there's 730 visitors altogether. And it says over the 4 days, what fraction of the visitors went swimming? So we need to see how many people went swimming altogether. Now if we have a look at the key, if we have a look at swimming, that's going to be the sections of the bars that have got the diagonal lines. So that's quite nice because they actually start here at 0. So we can see that 50 people went swimming on Monday. In terms of Tuesday, that's 75, 80, so 80 people went swimming on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's 5 below 50, so it's going to be 45 on Wednesday, or you could go 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And on Thursday, we were told in the question that was 60. We were told that 60 people went swimming on Thursday. Now, so if we add these up, the 50, the 80, the 45, and the 60, we can see how many people went swimming all together. So 50 plus 80 plus 45 plus 60. So let's add those up and see what we get. And when we add those up, we get that's equal to 235. So that means that 235 out of the 730 people went swimming. So let's write that as a fraction. 235 out of 730. Now this is a calculator question, so we can just type that into our calculator and let's simplify it for us. So that's equal to 47 146. So that's it. So that means that 47 146 of the people went swimming, and that's it. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. Okay, let's have a look at question number 5. So question number 5 says the number of cats and dogs treated yesterday by 3 vets are shown in this table. So we've got the vet's name, Ralph, Jemima and Sebastian, and we've got how many cats have seen and how many dogs have treated. And then we've got this composite bar chart. We've got number treated gone up vertically, and horizontally we've got the names of the vets, so Ralph, Jemima and Sebastian. And we've got the key, so in green that's how many cats they treated, and in maroon, or dark red, brown, maroon, we've got how many dogs have treated. So if for instance we have a look at the bar for Ralph, we've got here in terms of the cats he's treated between 10 and 12, so that's going to be 11 cats. So you treated 11 cats altogether. And then in terms of the dogs, because that's 11, then it's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's another 7. So that's going to be 7 dogs. And if we do 18 take away 11, that's equal to 7. Likewise for Jemima and Sebastian. And the question says, write down 2 things that are wrong with this chart. So there's 2 things that are wrong with this chart. So let's compare the chart to the table. So we've got Ralph, Jemima and Sebastian. Let's just check their names. Ralph, Jemima, Sebastian. Yeah, that's right. We've got the number of cats have treated and dogs have treated. So let's start off with Ralph. So we've looked at Ralph. He's treated 11 cats and 7 dogs. So if we have a look here, 11 cats and 7 dogs. That's correct. Yep. Now let's have a look at Jemima. She treated 9 cats and 8 dogs. So let's have a look at this. So cats is in green. So 9. Oh no, she treated 9 cats. If we have a look here, it's 9 cats and 8 dogs. So if we have a look here at the bar, we've got actually she's treated 8 cats. So 8 cats there in terms of this bar. It should be 9 cats, so it should go up a little bit higher. And then if we have a look at the dogs, she's treated 8 dogs. And if we have a look at this bar, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So according to this bar, she would have treated 9 dogs and 8 cats, but actually she treated 9 cats and 8 dogs. So they're the wrong way around, or she's drawn them the wrong heights. So let's write that down. And that's it. So I've written mistake 1 for Jemima. There should be 9 cats and 8 dogs, so 9 cats and 8 dogs, but the bar shows 8 cats and 9 dogs, so she's drawn it the wrong way around. Okay, let's have a look at Sebastian. So if we have a look at Sebastian, he's treated 3 cats and 16 dogs. So if we have a look here, 3 cats, yeah, that is 3 cats, 2, 3, so that's 3 cats, that's correct. Now it should be 16 dogs, but if we have a look here, altogether that would be 3 plus 16 is 19 animals altogether, but the bar only actually goes up to 16, so I can actually see a mistake's been made with this section here, because it should go up to 19, because he's treated 19 animals altogether. Let's have a look here. This then, because it only goes up to 16 and he's treated 3 cats, 16 take away 3 is equal to 13. So that bar only shows 13 dogs, and it should really show 16 dogs. So let's just check that and let's go down. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 dogs, and it should be 16 dogs. So the bar for the dog section should actually go up a bit higher. It should go up to there, obviously using a ruler and pencil, and it should be shaded in. So the section for dogs in Sebastian's bar isn't big enough. So let's explain that. And that's it. So for mistake 2, I've written the bar for Sebastian shows 13 dogs, but it should show 16 dogs. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. So question number 6. Question number 6 says, Mr. Brooks records information on whether students handle their homework late or on time or late. And the composite bar chart shows his results. So light blue is on time, so that's good. Most of them are on time. And in red is late. And then if we look at the axes, we've got the number of students going up vertically, and horizontally we've got the year group. So this bar represents year 11 students that he teaches. This is year 12 students that he teaches, and this is year 13 students that he teaches. And we've got, as I said before, in light blue is on time, time, and in red is late. And part A says work out the number of students who were late handed in their homework. So let's see how many students were late handed in their homework. So in terms of year 11, we've got 35. Let's just check the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're going up once. So 36 handed in their homework on time. And that means the rest, it was 40 altogether. 40 take away 36 would be 4. And let's just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 were late in year 11. In terms of year 12, well, we've got 1, 2, 3. 3 were late in year 12. And year 13, 1, 2. So we've got 4 students in year 11 were late, 3 students in year 12 were late, and 2 students in year 13 were late. And let's add them together and see what we get. So 4 plus 3 plus 2. So 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9. So that means that 9 students were late handed in their homework. Okay, part B. Part B says which year group had the greatest percentage of students who were late handed in their homework? And we need to show working. So which year group had the greatest percentage of students who were late handed in their homework? So let's write them all as percentages. So let's start off with year 11. With year 11, there were 40 students altogether and 4 were late. So let's write that as a fraction to begin with. So in terms of year 11, so year 11, we've got that 4 out of the 40 students were late, and as a fraction that's 4/40. And if we cancel that down, that's equal to 1/10 because they're both divisible by 4. So a tenth. So a tenth of the students in year 11 were late, and a tenth is a percentage. We should know that off by heart. That's 10%. So 10% of the students in year 11 were late handed in their homework. Let's have a look at year 12. So year 12. So for year 12, there's 25 students altogether and 3 were late. So that's 3/25. Let's write that down. 3/25. 3/25. Now we want to write this as a percentage. So I'm going to change this to 100 on the denominator. I'm going to multiply both of these numbers by 4. So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4. Multiplying the denominator by 4 is 100. And multiplying the numerator by 4, 3 times 4 is 12. So that's 12 out of 100 or 12%. So 12% of the year 11 students were late handed in their homework. And then finally, let's have a look at year 13. And let's go back up. And actually, this is a calculator question, so that might be quite useful as well. So year 13, altogether there's 30, 31, 32, 33 students in year 13 and 2 were late. So that's 2/33. 2 over 33. So that's the fraction. We want to write that as a percentage. Now, this is a calculator question, so that's fantastic. So we can do the numerator divided by the denominator. So let's write it as a decimal to begin with. So let's take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. 2 divided by 33 is equal to 0.060606 and so on. And look out for those little 2 dots above the 0 and 6, that means recurring. And then if we times this by 100, that'll be 6.0606 and so on percent. So it's just over 6%. Now the question says which year group had the greatest percentage of students who were late handed in their homework? Well, 12% is the biggest percentage there. So year 12. Year 12 were the year group with the greatest percentage of students that handed in their homework late. And that's it. And if you got that, well done. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. So question number 7 says the table shows the number of students leaving the secondary schools in a town over 4 years. So there must be a number of secondary schools in a town, and this table shows the number of students that finish that secondary school. So they're the leavers at the end of year, perhaps year 11 or year 13 or something like that. So in 2021, 1,800 students left schools in that town in that year. In 2022, 1,800 students again left or finished the schools in that town. In 2023, there was 1,700 students leaving the schools, and in 2024, there was 1,650 students leaving in that year. Okay, so then we've got this composite bar chart, and it shows the destination of the leavers. So it shows where those students go. So we've got employment, and it's percentage of students, so showing the percentage of students that go into employment, the percentage of students that go into further study, so perhaps university or college or something like that, and then we've got the percentage of students doing other, so something else, perhaps traveling, taking a gap year, something like that. So here we've got employment, we've got further study, and we've got other, and we've got the percentage of students. That's why they've all got the same height, because obviously there's 100% of the students in 2021 and so on. Okay, and then the question says work out the total number of students who entered further study over the 4 years. So in other words, the total number of students over these 4 years that went on to further study, perhaps in college or university or something like that. So here we've got then the percentage of students, and we want to find the total number of these students that went into further study. So we're looking at this dark grey region here, this dark grey region here, here and here. Okay, so we're going to need to do this for each one of the years. So let's start off with 2021. And this question is worth 5 marks, quite a lot of marks. So 2021. And in 2021, there was 1,800 students. That's how many students there were in 2021. Remember, the table shows us that. So let's work out the percentage of students that went into further study. So here, we've got up in twos here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So here we've got 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. So that's 38%. And then if we go up here, we've got 80, 82, 84, 86, 88%. So in terms of the region for further study, that's going from 38% to 88%. That's 50%. That's fantastic. That's half of them. So if we go to 2021, half of these students are going into further study. So 1,800 divided by 2, because remember, to find 50%, we divide by 2. That's equal to 900. So 900 students went into further study in 2021. Okay, now let's look at 2022. And again, there was 1,800 students, and you can look at the table at the top to see that, 1,800 students. And now let's find the percentage of students that went into further study in 2022. So here we've got 40, 42% there, and we've got 92, 94, 96% there. So if we take those away, 96% take away 42% is equal to 54%. So 54% of the school leavers in 2022 went into further study. So we want to work out 54%. So 54% of 1,800. So we could take our 1,800, divide by 100 to find 1%, that's equal to 18, and then take our 18 and multiply by 54, and that'll tell us 54%. So if we do 18 multiplied by 54, that's equal to 972 students. So 972 students went into further study in 2022. An alternative approach there would be to take the total number of students, 1,800, and multiply by 0.54. That's a multiplier, changing the 54% into a decimal, 0.54. And you can just multiply by that 0.54, and that again would tell you 972. Okay, 2023. So let's write that down, 2023. I'm jumping around a bit here. And the number of students in 2023 this time was 1,700. So 1,700 students. And let's find out what percentage we need. So here we've got 40%. That's quite nice. And here we've got 80, 82, 84, 86. That's 86%. And 86 take away 40 is equal to 46%. So 46% of the students in 2023 went into further study. I'm just writing there 54% for that year. So 46%. So we want to find 46% of 1,700. So we're going to take our 1,700, we're going to divide it by 100 to find 1%, which is equal to 17. And then we're going to take the 17 and multiply that by 46. And whenever we do 17 multiplied by 46, that's equal to 782. So 782 students went into further study in 2023. And finally 2024. And in 2024, there's 1,650 leavers, people leaving school. And let's find the percentage, and that's there. And let's find the percentage. So here we've got 30%, and here we've got 90%. So 90 take away 30 is equal to 60. So that means that 60% of the students that left school in 2024 went into further study. So we need to work out 60% of 1,650. So let's do that. So we're going to take the 1,650, we're going to divide it by 100 to find 1%, which is equal to 16.5. And we're going to take the 16.5 and times it by 60 to find 60%. So 16.5 multiplied by 60 is equal to 990 students. And the question said find the total number that went into further study. So we just need to add these together, the 900, the 972, the 782, and the 990. So let's do that. 900 plus 972 plus 782 plus 990 is equal to 3,644 students. So that means that altogether 3,644 students went into further study over those 4 years in that particular time. Okay, and let's look at our last question, question number 8. So question number 8 is a company's created 3 flavors of snack, and the composite bar chart shows information about the number of grams of carbohydrate, protein and fat in each of the snacks. So this is the carbohydrate in light blue, in red we've got the protein, and in black we've got the fat, and we've got the mass, so that's the number of grams going up vertically, and we've got the flavors. There's a chocolate flavored snack, a honey flavored snack, and a lemon flavored snack. And the question says, how many grams of fat are there in the chocolate flavored snack? So the chocolate flavored snack is this bar here, and it says how many grams of fat. So we want to find out how many grams of fat. So we're going to look at this black region here. So in terms of the number of grams of fat, let's find out what we're going up in. So we've got 4 and we're going up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little squares. So if we take our 4 and we divide that by 5, that's equal to 0.8. So each one of these little squares as you're going up is 0.8. So what we're going to do is we're going to work out how many grams of fat. So let's find out what number this is. So here we've got, that's 24, so 24.8 and then 25.6. That's 25.6 there because there's two lots of 0.8 above 24. And then here, well, if we want to find out the total height of the bar, well, that's 32. If we go down 0.8, that's going to be 31.2, just taking away 0.8 from 32. So if we want to work out the number of grams of fat, we're going to do 31.2 subtract 25.6 and see what we get. And 31.2 take away 25.6 is equal to 5.6. So there's 5.6 grams of fat in that chocolate snack. Now, another way we could approach this question is to actually look at the region for fat, this black region here, start at the bottom and go up in 0.8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lots of 0.8, and 7 lots of 0.8, 7 times 0.8 would be equal to 5.6 as well, 5.6 grams. So either approach really. So 5.6 grams, 5.6 grams. Okay, and let's have a look at part B. Part B says find the ratio, so we need to find a ratio of the number of grams of protein in the honey flavoured snack to the number of grams of protein in the lemon flavoured snack. So we need to find the number of grams of protein in the honey and lemon flavoured snack. So let's go up here. We've got the honey and the lemon flavoured snacks, and we want to find the number of grams of protein in both of them. So we want to find how many grams of protein in the honey flavoured snack and the number of grams of protein in the lemon flavoured snack. Now, in terms of finding the number of grams of protein in the honey flavoured snack and the lemon flavoured snack, there's a few different approaches we could use. One is to find the heights. So here we've got, if that's 20, that would be 20.8 there for the honey in terms of the number of grams of carbohydrate. Here, in terms of this height here, that's equal to 32.8 because remember we're going up in 0.8, so that's 32.8. And if we do 32.8 take away 20.8, that'll tell us how many grams of protein are in that snack. And that would be equal to 12. So that means there's 12 grams of protein in that honey flavoured snack. So let's write that down. So just written down in the honey snack, there's 12 grams of protein. And then if we go up to the lemon flavored snack, that's this one here. Now remember we're going up in 0.8, so we've got 12, 12.8, 13.6, 14.4. So 14.4 there, 14.4 grams, that's the height there. And then if we go up here, we've got 28, 28.8, 29.6, and 30.4, 30.4. So if we do 30.4 take away 14.4, that's equal to 16 grams. So if we take, that's going to be 16 grams of protein in the lemon flavored snack. So lemon snack, 16 grams of protein. Now, before we find the ratio, I just want to go up and explain that we could actually find those values, the 12 grams and the 16 grams, using another approach. So in terms of the honey flavoured snack, remember we're going up in 0.8. So if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 5, that's 9, and another 5, that's 14, and another 1, that's 15. And if you do 15 multiplied by 0.8, so 15 multiplied by 0.8, that's equal to 12 grams. And likewise, for this lemon flavoured snack, we'll go up, count up how many little squares we're going up. So 1, 2. And then another 5, that's 7, another 5, that's 12, another 5, that's 17, 18, 19, 20. And if you do 20 multiplied by 0.8, that's equal to 16 grams. So just to show you can use either approach there. Now we want to write a ratio. We want to find this ratio of the number of grams of protein in the honey flavoured snack, that's 12, and then 2, the number of grams of protein in the lemon flavoured snack, that's 16. And this can be cancelled down. Both of these numbers are divisible by 4. And in terms of 12 divided by 4, that's equal to 3, and 16 divided by 4, that's 4. So the answer would be 3 to 4, and that's it. So that's the ratio of the number of grams of protein in the honey flavoured snack to the number of grams of protein in the lemon flavoured snack. And that's it. And that's it. So these have been the video solutions to the Composite Bar Charts practice questions. I really hope you found this video useful. If you need any extra help on this topic, go to the videos and worksheets section on the website and scroll down to video number 148A, and that's the video tutorial there on Composite Bar Charts. Alternatively, you can scan this QR code. But in this video, we're focused on the video solutions to the practice questions. I really hope you found it useful. If you have found it useful, please like the video and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Cheers.